I know sometimes it can be really hard to come up with a new and fun idea for dinner that doesn't take too long and that everyone will actually eat. So today I have 4 sheet pan dinners that were hits with my family. I'm happy to share them with you today. If you enjoy cooking videos, a little bit of dinner inspiration, smash that thumbs up button and let's get cooking. And of course, all of the recipes will be linked down in the doobly-doo. This is sheet pan sweet and sour chicken from Budget Bites. So you know it's going to be a budget dinner. I'm using 2 sheet pans here because you don't want anything like on top of each other, if that makes sense. I'm gonna try and divvy up all my stuff equally. So I have this huge bowl of red and green bell peppers, onion, and a little bit of the white part of a green onion. Half there, half there. Let's kind of do this business. And then we're gonna add the chicken. I do have 3 chicken breasts that I cut into like cubes. I'm just eyeballing it. I feel like the quantity I'm doing would not fit on 1 cookie sheet. And because I am using 2, I set my oven to convection, 400 degrees on convection. So the air should blow evenly across the whole thing. Okay, there is all the chicken. And then we're gonna add 1 can of pineapple. And I was supposed to use pineapple chunks, but I have this one in my pantry that I'm just gonna try and drain it the best I can and use this one. Okay, I did get most of that out, so I'm gonna try and just sprinkle that. I know it's supposed to be chunks. You know, it's the same idea, it's pineapple. You guys like canned pineapple or no? I don't mind it. I grew up eating canned pineapple, but the time I had fresh pineapple for the first time, I was 19 years old, and I was like, what is this magic? It was so delicious. Now we're gonna season everything. Of course, we're gonna add our olive oil. Whoops. I went a little heavy there. A little drizzle of that, or a glob of that, whatever. Some garlic powder, just however much you like. If you love garlic powder, you can go a little bit heavy. Dave likes it. We'll go a little bit heavy. Some ground ginger. That might be a little too much, it's okay. Ground ginger is good too. Salt and pepper to taste, which means lots of fresh pepper.
The people, they want the pepper.
All right, and salt for the win. These are going to bake for about 40 minutes in the oven, and while that's going, we'll mix up a sauce. We are going to put into this mixing bowl about 1/4 cup of ketchup, which is about that, 1/3 cup of rice vinegar, 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, or I'm gonna use these coconut aminos because I have them in my cabinet. Basically the same thing. 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, and the rest of your pineapple juice that you reserved. Mix it up right nice. And you can either cook this in the microwave or on the saucepan, on the stove, whatever you want to do. I'm feeling like the microwave is the way to go because I just don't want to turn on the stove. And I already have everything in this mixing bowl. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave until it like gets a little bit thick. So we'll start out with 1.5 minutes, stir it and see what it looks like. What? Steam up the we're about ready to steam up the camera. Let's check that chicken. I just wanna make sure the chicken is cooked all the way through. It feels pretty solid, so I'd say we are there. Let's pull these out. That is all she wrote. And if you're wondering why it's in this foil pan, it's because I'm actually taking this over to a neighbor for their family for dinner tonight. If you're making it for yourself, go ahead and cook up some rice, serve it on top of some rice. Oh, don't forget, sprinkle it with the green onions. I'm just taking this over with some Instant Pot rice to my neighbor. If you want to make this also, but you don't need any extra dinners, you can also make it and take it over to a friend. It's great to stick into one of these foil containers from Sam's Club. They're a really great price there. Cook up some rice. You could even put the rice on bottom, then this on top, take it over. They would love to have a meal if you are so inclined, or you can just serve it to your own family. Tonight's sheet pan dinner is gonna be from one of my favorite websites, damndelicious.net, I believe it is. The recipe will be linked down below. It is sheet pan cauliflower nachos. What? I have 1 full head of cauliflower that I chopped into kind of florets a little bit. I tried to make them small because it is supposed to be nachos, right? So I wanted them to be more bite-sized than your big florets. And I am tweaking the recipe a little bit because I like to do that. You do need some diced red onion, and I had all this red onion left over, so I'm just gonna mix in the rest of the red onion in here. I like cooked onion a lot. I just don't love it raw. It's too tangy to me. We're gonna put that in there just to give it a little bit of a zing. Onto the cauliflower, we will do some Earl. We will roast the cauliflower first for a little while before we add the rest of the ingredientes. Some garlic. I'm using this tubey guy because, oh my gosh, it's so easy. It's just so easy. There's 1 clove, 2 cloves, 3 cloves. Don't worry, I'll mix this up in a minute. A half a teaspoon of cumin. Honestly, I'm just gonna eyeball most of this. That's like, I don't know, cumin's good. There we go. A little bit of chili powder. You don't want it to taste like chili, so I'm gonna go pretty light. About the same amount of paprika, and this is just your cheap, great value paprika. Some salt and pepper, of course. So I just have some kosher salt here. I'm gonna season that pretty good because cauliflower can be kind of bland. Don't forget the fresh pepper. I just kind of want to get those seasonings, the oil and the garlic, just kind of all over everything. So just give it a massage. In the oven, 425 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, this is what we have, and we're gonna add 3 more ingredients. So first of all, I'm gonna throw in some of this tubey cilantro. If you wanna use fresh cilantro, save it until serving time. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a drizzle. 4 more ingredients, I think. That's number 1. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of tortilla chips, 6 ounces or so. Also, this brand of tortilla chips is legit my favorite brand in the entire world. If you can find them, buy them, love them, you'll never go back. Get those to come together a touch. And also, this smells amazing. In case you didn't know, can you guys smell that? Next up is a can or a pouch of black beans. And they said you're supposed to like rinse it and all that jazz, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna kind of drizzle it on there. This is a 10-ounce pouch, and I think the recipe calls for a 15-ounce can, so this is probably a little on the shy side for the black beans, but that's all right. The cheese, you can use whatever cheese you want. I have a Colby Jack shredded. It's just what I have in my fridge, so that's what I'm using. Cheddar, pepper jack. Ooh, pepper jack would be awesome. Awesome sauce. You guys remember that commercial? I probably went a little too heavy on the cheese. I think they said 1 cup and I think I put 2 cups, but it's fine. Back in the oven for another 5 to 6 minutes to melt all of that cheesy goodness. Oh, yes. Now it is time to add the toppings. And you can do kind of whatever you want. This is what I have. I have some tomato that I grew in my own garden. I just picked like a whole bowl of beautiful red tomatoes from my garden. I feel like if you can grow a tomato, you have succeeded in life. That's what it is. I do have my like red diced onions right there for the peeps that like it. You can put some sliced jalapeno or jalapeno if you're the kid I used to babysit on top. I do have some growing in my garden. I was just too lazy to go get it, so I don't have it. Some guacamole. I think the Holy Guacamole, best store brand, hands down, best one. So legit, it tastes so good. I think I'm gonna just put the guac on each individual serving, so let's scoop it up. I feel like a bowl is a good idea. How's that angle? How's that angle, huh? Is this the wrong spatula for this? I feel like this is a bad plan. These bowls are huge, by the way. Enormous. Okay. Wait, is this meal vegetarian? Is this vegetarian? Look at me. Okay. Spin it so you can't see it. There we go. Yes, that looks so good. How satisfying is this right here? Do we eat it with a fork? Do we eat it with our hands? Whatever you want to do. That's the beauty of it. Or you take that chip right there. Go make it. After I have all my veggies and chicken on my sheet pan, you know, you can use whatever veggies you want. You can use spicy peppers. You don't have to use as much onion. It's whatever. You could do steak or pork or anything. I am going to drizzle with some extra virgin olive oil. Sprinkle my Thrive Market fajita seasoning mix. Okay, I'm having a really hard time opening that. And I am going to juice and squeeze a couple of limes on here and mix all this up. Time to pick your tortilla. I have these street tacos. Dave tells me to stop buying them because they're too small to fit anything on. So I think we're gonna use these up first. And if I get through these, I'll switch over to the corn tortillas. Make sure you heat these up on a skillet or over a fire so they're a little bit more pliable and cooked, I guess. We're just trying to get these out of my bread cabinet today because I already had them. So street taco tortillas it is. And come on, they're so dang cute, right? This sheet pan meal might be a little bit of a cheat, but I think it's still gonna work. You will start with a Pillsbury pizza crust or a Great Value pizza crust. It doesn't matter, we use whatever brand you like. I'm gonna be doing 2 of them because I have a lot of people to feed. I have a greased sheet pan right here and another one waiting in the wings. My oven is preheating to 400. So I'm just gonna spread this out and pre-bake this in the oven. Please don't pop my hand. Please don't pop my hand. Oh, good, good, okay. We're gonna preheat this in the oven for 6 to 7 minutes. And while that's going, I will cook up my topping. Oh, whoops. We're essentially making Sloppy Joe pizzas, and this should be fast and easy. And I do want to spread this out quite a bit more. I might just put both on this one pan because this one's only covering half. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's put both in one pan and only do one sheet pan. Fun story about this pizza crust is I did a Walmart grocery pickup for the ingredients for this video that I'm doing. Oh, I like the Pillsbury one better. It's like longer and fits nicer than this one. Okay, so that's interesting to note. My Walmart grocery pickup only gave me 1, even though I had ordered 2. So I had to go into the store to go get it. Somehow on the way home, the lid had gotten smashed. And so when I got home, it was open, like the lid had popped open. It was unusable for this video. So I had to go back to the store again to get another one. The Pillsbury pizza crust here has really given me a run for my money. 400 to 425, depending on how hot your oven cooks or whatever pan color you're using. A darker pan will go with a lighter temperature. A lighter pan will go with a higher temperature for 6 to 7 minutes. While my pizza crust is preheating, I have browned up 1 pound of ground beef and I'm going to add 1 jar of your favorite Sloppy Joe mix. This is kind of the only kind my Walmart has is the manwich. Mix all of that around, warm it through. This is my sauce and topping for my pizzas. This comes together so quick. It's ridiculous. When the pizza crust comes out of the oven, you can see that the Pillsbury side actually, I feel like bakes more evenly than the generic side, so that's also interesting. We're gonna top all of it with our Sloppy Joe ground beef mixture. Next up is a mixture of cheeses. So I have about a huge handful, we'll call that a cup, of shredded mozzarella cheese. Maybe a smaller handful of some shredded cheddar or Colby Jack or something like that. A little sprinkle of the shaky cheese. Man, mine's all lumpy, look at that. I don't know why it's so lumpy today. Oh my gosh. I thought it had anti-caking ingredients in there. That is not working very well. Anyway, we're gonna put a little sprinkle of that, which is great. I can use up this huge container because it's almost empty, and get that out of my fridge. Sometimes I love stuff like this because it just uses up all the things you have in your fridge, and then you're like, oh, look at all this room. And then you can go shopping and get more stuff. Okay, and I dripped some cheese on the counter, so I'm gonna pick that up. And throw that on here as well. Okay, back in your oven for another 7 to 8 minutes. Oh, Ove Glove, don't do me wrong. Oh, I'm getting food on it. I gotta wash it again. Oh, and we're done. Oh, I am not left-handed. This feels awkward. Quick review on the recipes. The Sloppy Joe pizza was such a hit with my kids. Andrew doesn't even like regular Sloppy Joes, but in pizza form, for some reason, it was different. Do kids make sense all the time? No, they do not. Ryan wanted to take the leftovers in his lunch for school the next 2 days. We definitely had enough to feed my family. The sheet pan nachos were super fun and very easy to customize to your diet preferences, favorite veggies, favorite nacho or taco toppings. Let me know down below which ones you are going to try in your family, and if you do, come back and tell me how they went over with you, your loved ones, what they thought of them. As a reminder, all recipes and tools that I used in today's video, I'll link everything down below so you can find it all easily. And I'll also leave a couple more cooking videos for you down there so you can get some more dinner inspo. I picked this video out right here that I think you might like, and if you don't want to watch this one or you already have, YouTube thinks you might like this one. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.